Hi everyone and welcome to the Sleep and Learn channel. Tonight, we're going on a calm and peaceful journey into the quiet world of cats, mysterious, gentle, and incredibly soothing creatures. You'll discover why cats purr, how they see in the dark, why they sleep so much, and how their presence can help you relax and slowly drift off to sleep. So get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let these soft, calming stories guide you into a peaceful state of rest. The quiet origins of cats and their ancient bond with humans. Long before cats became beloved companions curled up on sofas and windowsills, they lived quiet lives as skilled hunters in the wild landscapes of the Near East. The ancestors of modern domestic cats most likely evolved from the African wildcat, Felis libica, a small but remarkably adaptable predator that roamed deserts, grasslands, and forest edges. Unlike many animals that were deliberately domesticated by humans, cats appear to have taken a gentler path into human history. Rather than being captured and bred for specific tasks, they gradually chose to live alongside people. Around 10,000 years ago, when early farming communities began storing grain, they unknowingly created a new ecological opportunity. Stored grain attracted mice and other rodents, which in turn attracted wildcats. These agile hunters discovered that human settlements offered an abundant food supply. Over time, some of the calmer and more tolerant cats remained close to villages, forming a subtle partnership with humans. Farmers benefited from natural pest control, and the cats enjoyed reliable hunting grounds. This quiet relationship slowly deepened. Unlike dogs, which were trained and directed by humans, cats largely maintained their independence. They did not lose their hunting instincts or their graceful, solitary nature. Instead, they adapted to living near humans while still keeping much of their wild heritage. Even today, a house cat shares more than 95% of its DNA with its wild ancestors, which explains why many of their behaviors remain so similar. The ancient Egyptians were among the first civilizations to truly admire and protect cats. In Egypt, cats were associated with the goddess Bastet, a symbol of home, fertility, and protection. Killing a cat, even accidentally, could be considered a serious crime. Families often mourned their cats deeply, sometimes even mummifying them as a sign of respect. Archaeologists have discovered entire cemeteries dedicated to cats, showing how important these animals were in Egyptian culture. Yet the story of cats did not stay in Egypt. Traders, sailors, and travelers carried them across the Mediterranean and into Europe and Asia. Cats proved invaluable aboard ships, where they protected food supplies from rats during long sea voyages. Because of this, cats quietly traveled the world alongside human exploration and trade. What makes the history of cats particularly fascinating is how little they changed compared to many other domesticated animals. While dogs were bred into hundreds of specialized shapes and sizes, cats largely remained close to their natural form. Their flexible bodies, sharp senses, and silent movements remain perfectly suited for hunting. Even the gentle purring sound that many cats make today may have ancient origins. Scientists believe purring may have helped strengthen the bond between cats and humans, creating a calming effect that encourages people to care for them. The frequency of a cat's purr is surprisingly low and rhythmic, a sound many people find deeply relaxing. Today, more than 600 million domestic cats live around the world. Despite thousands of years of living with humans, they still carry a quiet echo of their wild past. When a cat watches a bird through the window or silently stalks a toy across the floor, it is repeating behaviors that once helped its ancestors survive in deserts and grasslands. In many ways, the story of cats is not just about domestication. It is about coexistence, a slow, peaceful partnership that developed over millennia. Cats were never fully tamed in the traditional sense. Instead, they chose to share our homes while remaining wonderfully, mysteriously themselves. And perhaps that is part of what makes them so calming to watch. Beneath their gentle purrs and soft fur lives an ancient hunter whose quiet grace has remained unchanged for thousands of years. The gentle science behind a cat's purr. Among all the sounds animals make, the quiet purring of a cat is one of the most soothing. Many people describe it as calming, almost hypnotic, a soft vibration that seems to slow the rhythm of a busy mind. Yet behind this familiar sound lies a fascinating piece of biology that scientists are still trying to fully understand. Purring begins deep inside a cat's throat. Unlike meowing or hissing, which are produced mainly by the vocal cords, purring involves a delicate rhythm created by muscles surrounding the larynx, or voice box. These muscles contract and relax rapidly, opening and closing the space between the vocal cords. As air moves through during both inhalation and exhalation, it produces a continuous vibrating sound, the gentle hum we recognize as a purr. One of the most remarkable things about purring is its frequency. Most cats purr at a vibration between about 25 and 150 Hz. Scientists have discovered that this range overlaps with frequencies known to promote healing in bones and tissues. Some researchers believe that purring may actually help cats recover from injuries more quickly. The vibrations could stimulate bone growth, reduce inflammation, and support the healing of muscles. This idea may help explain something curious about feline biology. Cats spend a large portion of their lives resting or sleeping, often up to 16 hours a day, yet their bones remain surprisingly strong. Some scientists suggest that the healing vibrations produced during purring may help maintain their skeletal health even during long periods of inactivity. But purring is not only connected to physical healing. It also appears to play an important role in communication and emotional bonding. Kittens begin to purr when they are only a few days old. While nursing, they use this soft vibration to signal to their mother that they are safe and comfortable. In return, mother cats often purr back, creating a quiet exchange of reassurance. As cats grow older, they continue to use purring in different ways. A cat may purr when it is relaxed and content, curled up beside a human companion or resting in a warm beam of sunlight. However, cats sometimes purr in more unexpected situations as well. Veterinarians have noticed that injured or frightened cats may also purr, possibly as a way of calming themselves during stressful moments. Researchers have even discovered a special type of purr, sometimes called the solicitation purr. This sound contains a subtle higher frequency tone mixed into the normal vibration. Interestingly, that higher pitch resembles the sound of a crying baby. Studies suggest that humans respond to this sound more quickly, which may help cats successfully ask for food or attention. The calming effect of purring is not limited to cats themselves. Many cat owners notice that sitting beside a purring cat can lower stress and create a sense of peace. Some therapists even include cats in animal-assisted therapy programs because their presence can help people relax and feel emotionally supported. From a scientific perspective, the purr remains a fascinating mystery, part communication, part physiology, and perhaps even part natural medicine. What began as a simple survival signal between mother and kitten has become one of the most recognizable and comforting sounds in the human world. So when a cat curls up nearby and begins to purr, it is not just expressing happiness. It is producing a small, rhythmic vibration that has traveled with the species for thousands of years, a quiet language of comfort that both cats and humans seem to understand instinctively. The quiet superpowers of a cat's senses. To many people, cats appear calm, almost sleepy creatures that spend long hours resting in quiet corners of the house. Yet behind that peaceful appearance lies a set of senses that are remarkably precise. A domestic cat may look relaxed while sitting by a window, but its eyes, ears, and whiskers are constantly gathering information about the world around it. These sensory abilities are the legacy of thousands of years of life as a small but highly efficient predator. One of the most impressive abilities of cats is their vision in low light. Cats are not truly nocturnal animals, but they are crepuscular, meaning they are most active during dawn and dusk. During these dim hours, their eyes work far better than human eyes. The pupils of a cat can open extremely wide, allowing much more light to enter. Behind the retina lies a reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum, which acts almost like a mirror. Light that passes through the eye is reflected back again, giving the retina a second chance to detect it. This is why a cat's eyes sometimes appear to glow in the dark. Because of this adaptation, cats can see in light levels about 6 times lower than what humans require. This ability once helped their wild ancestors hunt rodents and birds in the soft light of evening. Even in a modern home, this instinct remains. A cat watching the garden at twilight may notice the smallest movement that a human would completely miss. Hearing is another extraordinary feline sense. A cat's ears are not only sensitive but also highly mobile. Each ear contains more than 30 small muscles that allow it to rotate independently, sometimes turning almost 180 degrees. This means a cat can track several different sounds at the same time. It may appear relaxed, yet its ears quietly pivot to follow the rustle of a leaf, the distant call of a bird, or the soft footsteps of someone entering the room. Cats can also hear sounds at much higher frequencies than humans. This is particularly useful for detecting the tiny squeaks of rodents. Even when a sound is almost too faint for people to notice, a cat may respond immediately, turning its head with quiet curiosity. Another fascinating sensory tool is the cat's whiskers, or vibrissae. These long, sensitive hairs are deeply connected to nerve endings in the skin. Rather than simply being decorative features, whiskers function like delicate sensors that detect movement in the air. When a cat walks through a narrow space, its whiskers help measure the width of the opening. If the whiskers can fit comfortably, the body usually can as well. Whiskers also help cats navigate in darkness. As air currents shift around nearby objects, the whiskers pick up subtle changes, allowing the cat to sense obstacles even when visibility is low. This ability makes their movements appear almost magical. A cat can glide silently across a room in near darkness without bumping into furniture. Smell also plays a significant role in a cat's understanding of its environment. Cats possess a specialized organ on the roof of the mouth called the Jacobson's organ, which allows them to analyze certain scents more deeply. When a cat opens its mouth slightly and appears to taste the air, it is often using this organ to gather chemical information from the environment. Together, these senses create a remarkably detailed perception of the world. While humans rely heavily on sight, cats experience their surroundings through a complex combination of sound, scent, touch, and subtle movement. Perhaps this is why watching a cat can feel so calming. Even when sitting quietly, a cat is connected to a rich sensory world that we can barely imagine. In the soft light of evening, when a cat lifts its ears and gazes into the distance, it is responding to signals far beyond human awareness, reminders of the quiet, ancient skills that still live within every domestic cat. The peaceful art of sleeping. Why cats rest so much? One of the most recognizable behaviors of cats is their remarkable love of sleep. A domestic cat can spend between 12 and 16 hours a day resting, and some cats may sleep even longer. To many observers, it may seem as if cats live in a constant state of relaxation, moving from one comfortable spot to another throughout the day. Yet this peaceful habit is deeply connected to the evolutionary history of cats as skilled hunters. In the wild, small predators must conserve their energy carefully. Hunting requires bursts of intense physical activity, quick sprints, sudden jumps, and precise movements. Unlike grazing animals that feed continuously, Cats rely on short, focused hunts. Because of this, their bodies evolved to store energy through long periods of rest. Even today, domestic cats still follow this ancient rhythm. Long quiet hours of sleep followed by brief moments of alert activity. Interestingly, cats do not always sleep in the same way humans do. Much of their rest consists of light sleep, sometimes called a cat nap. During this stage, a cat's body appears relaxed, but its senses remain partially active. The ears may twitch slightly, and the eyes may open suddenly at the smallest sound. This ability allows cats to conserve energy while still remaining aware of their surroundings. If you watch a sleeping cat closely, you might notice another curious behavior. Sometimes a cat's paws twitch, its whiskers move slightly, or its tail flicks during sleep. These movements often occur during REM sleep, the stage in which dreaming is believed to happen. Scientists think that during this time the brain may be processing memories and experiences from the day. Because cats are naturally most active at dawn and dusk, their sleep patterns often follow a gentle rhythm connected to the cycle of daylight. In the early morning and evening, many cats become more energetic, exploring their surroundings or engaging in playful bursts of movement. During the warmer midday hours, however, they often return to their favorite resting places. Cats are also experts at choosing the perfect sleeping spot. They instinctively seek locations that feel warm, safe, and slightly elevated. A sunny windowsill, the top of a sofa, or a quiet corner of a bed often becomes a favorite resting place. Elevated positions allow cats to observe their surroundings while still feeling protected. Another fascinating aspect of feline sleep is how quickly cats can transition from deep relaxation to full alertness. Even after long periods of rest, a cat can wake instantly and move with incredible speed if necessary. This ability once helped their ancestors respond immediately to prey or danger. For humans, watching a sleeping cat can be surprisingly calming. The gentle rise and fall of its breathing, the quiet curl of its body, and the sense of complete comfort create a peaceful scene that many people find soothing. Perhaps this is because cats seem to embody a simple wisdom, the ability to rest deeply when nothing requires attention. In a world that often moves quickly and demands constant activity, the cat offers a quiet reminder that rest is not laziness. Instead, it is a natural rhythm, a balance between stillness and action that has helped cats thrive for thousands of years. So when a cat stretches slowly and settles into another warm sleeping place, it is not merely passing time. It is following an ancient biological rhythm, one that has been refined through generations of hunters who understood the importance of saving energy for the moments that truly matter. The mysterious language of cat behavior. Cats often appear quiet and independent, yet they communicate constantly through subtle movements, postures, and sounds. Unlike many animals that rely on loud vocal signals, cats developed a more delicate and nuanced language. For those who learn to observe closely, the behavior of a cat reveals a rich system of communication that expresses mood, intention, and emotion. One of the most recognizable gestures of a cat is the slow blink. When a cat looks at a person and slowly closes and opens its eyes, it is often interpreted as a sign of trust and comfort. In the wild, closing the eyes even briefly would leave an animal vulnerable. By doing this in the presence of a human or another animal, a cat signals that it feels safe and relaxed. Some researchers even call this the cat smile, a quiet expression of contentment. Another familiar behavior is the gentle head bump, sometimes called bunting. When a cat presses its head against a person's hand, leg, or face, it is doing more than simply seeking affection. Cats have scent glands located around their cheeks and forehead. By rubbing against people or objects, they leave behind subtle scent markers that help them feel secure in their environment. In a way, This behavior marks the space and the people within it as part of the cat's trusted world. Tail movements also play an important role in feline communication. A tail held high usually indicates confidence and friendliness. When a cat approaches with its tail upright and slightly curved at the tip, it is often greeting someone it trusts. A slowly swaying tail, however, may indicate curiosity or focused attention. Rapid flicking, on the other hand, can signal irritation or overstimulation. The position of a cat's ears can also reveal its emotional state. Ears facing forward typically show interest and alertness. If the ears flatten sideways or backward, the cat may feel frightened or defensive. These subtle signals allow cats to communicate without needing loud sounds or aggressive displays. Even the famous kneading motion, when a cat presses its paws rhythmically against a soft surface, has deep roots in kittenhood. As kittens nurse from their mother, they need her belly to stimulate the flow of milk. Many adult cats continue this behavior when they feel especially comfortable and safe. When a cat needs a blanket, a pillow, or even a person's lap, it is often recreating the sense of security it experienced as a kitten. Another charming behavior is when cats bring small gifts to their owners. In the wild, mother cats teach their kittens how to hunt by bringing them prey. Some scientists believe that when a domestic cat delivers a toy, or sometimes even a captured insect, it may be expressing a similar instinct, sharing its success with members of its social group. Despite their reputation for independence, cats are capable of forming deep bonds with humans. They may follow their owners quietly from room to room, sleep nearby, or greet them at the door. These behaviors suggest that cats see their human companions not just as providers of food, but as trusted members of their social world. Understanding this quiet language can transform the way we see cats. What may appear mysterious or unpredictable often becomes clear when we recognize the signals they are sending. Each blink, tail movement, and gentle head bump carries meaning. In the calm presence of a cat, communication rarely needs words. Instead, it unfolds through small gestures, subtle signals that reflect a relationship built on patience, trust, and quiet companionship.